So, welcome to our quick start tutorial for Harry's LapTimer. This is Harry speaking. The content of this video is mainly to give you a step-by-step description what you need to do just after you have downloaded Harry's LapTimer onto your iPhone. And we start by clicking the LapTimer icon and start the application the first time just after download from App Store. The first thing you will get is a question from iOS whether you allow a LapTimer to access your location service. You need to enter OK here, because without a GPS, a LapTimer will not be able to work. So we press OK here. Next thing is you see the About dialog. Click here, I agree, to continue in the app. So the first thing you see here is now the guide. The guide is made to give you a shortcut to the most important activities or functions LapTimer has, especially for the beginner. And you get two hints here up here, the two fingers that point to the items you will most probably start with. So first thing we do is we define the user, that's yourself. And that's made up from both an ID to identify you, for example, in the Hall of Fame, and it's made up from the vehicle or the car you're driving. So the first thing is we define a driver, and usually you take the initials, so say for example for myself, and save it. So we have the ID saved, and the next thing is we need a vehicle we're driving. Let's assume I have not set it up already. So I press add to add a new vehicle here. You see there you get an empty template, and we give it a name, like for example Harry's fast car, and save it again. That's enough for the moment. You have a lot more fields here to fill, but that's not needed in the beginning. Okay, so we are done, and we continue with the guide. So we have now set up our identity, and the next thing you want to do typically is loading a track. Loading a track means that you make LapTimer aware of a specific track somewhere in the world, and we select a track from the list that is provided to you by LapTimer. You will see that the list is quite long. It is approximately 450 tracks worldwide currently. And still growing. As the list is so long, we use the search bar here, and we select my favorite track, which is Nordschleife Nürburgring here in Germany. So we type in some words from Nordschleife, and you get a short list now, a full text search for all configurations of Nordschleife and some other stuff. So we select here Nordschleife bridge to Gantry, which is typically used for free driving on Nordschleife. You see, getting information here that LapTimer has downloaded points of interest and things like that. We'll come to this in a later video. For the time being, it's important to understand that LapTimer has now all information about Nordschleife, which it will require to automatically time and data record everything. So, well, next step, we're done. Next step is just to drive. And a drive means here that we get a view that is good for driving. You see your current number and things like this. So, and we have prepared a little demo what happens when you have left the pits and have mounted your iPhone firmly to your dashboard or windscreen. And we're approaching now the starting line of Nordschleife, which is a bridge in front of us. And let's watch what happens when we pass it. Okay, you see that LapTimer has detected the starting line and automatically started timing and data recording. Let's have a short look into the items we see in front of us. At the top you see the current lap time. Below you see a difference between the current lap and the best lap you had at every point on track. So for example, at this corner we are 3 or 4 seconds behind our best time. That's pretty pretty interesting to see if you are behind or with a minus ahead of your best time, and often you can understand where you have lost or won time when you read this out. The other elements, this is the current lap number, that's the first of the day. This is the best lap time we have mentioned before, or I've mentioned before. This is no real device, so we do not have acceleration values. Usually you would see here the last max value, for example 1g in a corner, and the overall acceleration, the current overall acceleration in the gadget below. Finally, some hints on the buttons in the bottom. You usually will not use these buttons at any time while driving. The cancel button will stop and cancel the current lap. This is what you use when you leave the track back to the pits, and when you want to cancel or avoid the last incomplete lap. And alert will bring up a yellow flag to your fellow peers on track using LapTimer to ride at the spots where you are currently. So if you see some danger ahead, press this alert button and warn your friends that something happened on track. So we have finished our lap. It has become a 9-minute lap, and we were, well, pretty much behind the best lap. You see in the bottom there's a lap list with a little 1. That means that we have 1 new lap in our lap list. The lap list is a place where LapTimer shows the recorded lap times and data recordings. And so we have a look into this now and switch over there. You see that in addition to the 2 demo laps that come with every new LapTimer installation, we have a new lap recorded today. And you see some symbols here. The little yellow or golden trophy shows that this is the best lap you had. The little track shape means there is data recording stored in the database. A little car means, well, this lap has been driven by a car. The reference symbol means that this lap is used to show you gaps while driving. So this is a reference lap, everything is compared to. And the bars with a 4 behind mean that there are 4 intermediates recorded, 4 or 5 sectors recorded for this lap. Well, we have a look into this one and see more details on the lap we just have recorded. And in the top you see the event data, which car, which track, at what time. You see some social media integration, social business integration. Then next area is the data recording area. The GPS sensor we have simulated is a standard 1 Hz GPS sensor. You see the track shape that has been recorded in the top as a preview. And we see that there have been 493 fixes being recorded, both GPS and acceleration, no OBD in this example data. So we'll have a short look into the in this area, into the data recording area, and then you see just some more details, and you can go deeper into it. I will have a more detailed view on this one in a separate video. So thanks, that has been our first video on a quick start. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Harry.